Good afternoon, meteorologist Bill Ray. Thanks for checking us out on the web as we give you the latest on Dorian, right? That's what we're tracking in the tropics. So here's what it looks like. 5 o'clock readings are 150-mile-per-hour winds. That has stayed the same. The gusts are really high, 185. The barometer continues to fall. This was in the 980, 970 range yesterday. So that's the intensification that's going on. When the barometer goes down, the winds go up. And you can see the distinct eye in this storm with all the convection around it. And you can see the path that went northwest that is now going more west. And there are hurricane warnings up for Freeport in the Bahamas, the Grand Abaco Islands, and down to Nassau, too, is under a hurricane warning. By the way, the coast of Florida has a tropical storm watch from right south of Cape Canaveral to north of Miami, because this storm now, it doesn't look like it's going to hit the coast of Florida, and that's what's confirmed in the 5 o'clock track. It is a Category 4 storm, a dangerous storm. You can see it's going to approach Abaco Island and the Grand Bahama Island and go right over it, and that's devastating for them with 140 to 150 mile-an-hour winds. But because the upper level high that was supposed to send the storm into Florida is weakened and moved away, and we'll show that to you in a moment, this storm is going to do its curve sooner than hitting Florida. We know all storms will eventually curve and recurve to the north and the east, but this one is now going to spare Florida. There's a slight risk it could still make landfall on Florida, but I would be shocked if it did that based on the latest synoptic look at all the high pressure and the airflow. Now, this is a problem for us in North Carolina. Wednesday, 110-mile-per-hour winds, so it's expected to weaken, but once again, as we know from Florence last year, which had 100-mile-per-hour winds, it doesn't really matter about the winds now. So this is going to hug our coast, but if the pattern continues, and it has shifted east, if we can get that ridge to break down even more, this system could even go more. We have to wait and see, because it could even go this far east. If it did that, we wouldn't have really any effects. However, we're still in central North Carolina under the possibility that that ridge will try to build back in and the storm would come right over us, and that would give us a lot of rain. But the way it looks now from the Hurricane Center's point of view is the storm will stay off the South Carolina coast near Cape Fear and Bald Head Island and nip Morehead City. This is Thursday at 2 o'clock. So Thursday for us is the big day to see if Dorian does affect North Carolina, and then the system will pull quickly away. Here's the satellite picture. You can see a beautiful looking eye, a beautiful storm. And let's see the width of it. You know, if you come over here to Florida, it is wider than the peninsula of Florida. So it's going to smother these northern Bahama Islands if it follows the path and then moves to the north. But it is a pretty picture. Water temperatures, as it approaches the Bahamas, it's a little cooler there, but I've got 86 to the north, 86, and then when it gets close to North Carolina, 82 degrees. You don't see any colors up here because this is only water temperatures above 80, and you need above 80 to really sustain a hurricane. So unfortunately, our beach water temperatures are above 80. So we'll keep an eye on that. The wind shear, really weak. I mean, the storm is sitting here. Not much wind shear. There's a little bit, but then it's going to, you know, try to move to the northeast. So it's got that potential. And you can see the level steering currents, and I'm going to put the high up there because this high was supposed to be over Bermuda, but it has weakened and moved off to the east, and that's what's allowed this storm to come up, and will come up and recurve and miss Florida. Quick look at the European long range. You can see that model has it off our coast Thursday morning and then quickly out to sea. That's the one thing that it looks like with this storm. It's not going to be any kind of Florence and hang around and slow down. If it does this turn, that's when it does usually accelerate. Remember, Florence came in from the west and didn't have much steering currents. There it is near Bald Head Island at 6:30 on Thursday with the American long-range model, but it's quickly out of here. So we've got nice weather by Friday. We have to deal with Wednesday and Thursday. But right now, as we take a look at the computer models, we'll leave you with those. You can see the majority of them don't have it hit Florida. There's still some outliers and have that curve, and a lot of them keep it off our shore. If it stays anywhere from, this is the official track of the Hurricane Center, if it stays anywhere from there eastward, the effects in central North Carolina will be very minimal. But since we're still under the cone of uncertainty, we still have to pay attention, and of course we'll get another update and things will probably change. So we got a long time to wait, right? Hurry up and wait is what we're going to be doing. So thanks for joining us online. That's your 5 o'clock update. I'm CBS 17 Storm Team meteorologist Bill Ray.